Hi guys, welcome. Happy Saturday, old guy. We've got some folks in the room already, Mrs. Old guy.
Yes, we have Don,
Hi Don
Miguel,
and Miguel.
and Janice.
Janice. Hi Janice. Welcome everybody. I hope everyone has had a good week. I know I have. And I also have to give a hello to my brother Doug and my sister-in-law Shar. Hi guys, I hope you folks have had a good day. It was a good day here. One step closer on my bathroom remodel project. So, yeah, you know, but it's going to get down to the point where I have to call the plumber. But that's okay. There's just some things I'm not going to do.
Jared Tierno.
Jared.
Okay.
Jared. Good evening, man.
Natalie's here.
Who else?
Natalie.
Natalie. Hi, Natalie.
She just got home from work having Taco Bell.
Oh, wow. Cool. Taco Bell.
Lisa's here.
Hi, Lisa. Good evening, good evening. Well, glad to see the room kind of filling up. So tonight is grilled cheese beef dip sandwiches. And Janice, thank you. This was Janice's request, suggestion, idea, however you want to put it. And so last night I roasted a nice beef tri-tip. Sorry, I got to rub it into my brother a little bit. But I got, so I roasted up this tri-tip, and of course I saved the juice. That's going to make my dipping sauce, or my au jus. And, you know, that's kind of it. I'll have to trim some fat. And then, now, I do have a question for you guys. Now, I know that grilled cheese sandwiches are traditionally made with, you know, a slice of American cheese. But since this is going on a beef dip, what if one of those sandwiches was the American cheese and the other one a slice of that melty Swiss cheese? Two different kinds of cheese. Just wondering what you guys think about that. I'm curious. Let me know.
Turtle King is here.
Sorry, who?
Turtle King.
Turtle King. Wow.
Sean
Hi, man. It's been a while since I've seen you in the kitchen. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Sean's here.
Hey, Sean.
Joshua Maxwell.
Joshua Maxwell. Boy, they're piling in tonight.
Natalie hit 100 subscribers yesterday.
Hey, congratulations, Natalie. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Funky Food with Dave.
Funky Food. Hey, Dave. Good evening, man. Just getting ready to kind of carve up on this beef dip. So I roasted this tri-tip. I'm going to cut some of the fat off the top. And here's all the drippings from the pan, minus a little bit of the fat. I'm just going to dump that into a pan.
Janice says different cheeses are okay with her.
Just wondering, you know, what people think about that. I'm going to rinse my hand.
Scott's here.
Scott?
Yep.
Good evening, Scott. Nice to see all you folks in. And, you know, as always, what are you guys having for your dinner? Natalie is Taco Bell, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So what about the rest of you folks? What's on your menu? Obviously, you know what's on ours. I'm going to start trimming this fat. Like to leave it on when I cook it, but yeah, I don't want to eat all that. Let's cut the majority of that off. All right. It has been a pretty good week. here. We've actually had some rain, which was nice. And like I said, another step or two closer to getting this bathroom remodel finished. So that's kind of encouraging. And I might even get started on an outdoor project. We'll see. Okay. So I'm gonna get this. I can cut this stuff pretty dang thin, about as thin as your basic slicer. Oh yeah, jingling. Go ahead and answer up.
Hello?
This old guy gonna be on the phone for a minute.
Okay.
Alright.
I will do that.
I'm just getting this sliced up.
Okay.
That's beautiful. Beautiful medium well, or medium rare, I mean. And it's gonna of course go back into its own jus to warm it up.
That was your brother.
Ah, my brother. Okay. And what they had for dinner?
It is.
Okay, what was that?
Barbecue grilled pork chops and a salad.
Nice. Nice. That sounds delicious. We have, as a matter of fact, we've got a salad too. They're in the fridge, but yeah, we're having sandwiches and a salad. Awesome.
Turtle said that he was performing, so he hasn't been able to join much.
Well, hey, real life comes before any of this hoo-ha on YouTube. So, that's good for you. If real life is keeping you away and you're doing things, that's great.
Dave had tomatillos, enchantos, and burritos from the farmer's market.
Ooh, that sounds good. Were they like spicy burrito or like beef and bean, or just curious, cheese and whatnot? What was in your burrito, Dave?
Natalie said that she was going to get Mexican pizza, but they were sold out, so she got a bean burrito.
Aha.
Don's making pork roast with onion gravy.
Nice.
Scott had lasagna, but with chicken and a white sauce and a salad.
That sounds really good.
Dave said not tomatillos, tamales.
Oh, tamales.
Crazy Dad's here.
Hey, Tim.
John's here.
John? Boy, got a full house tonight. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That meat is super tender.
What did the fish say when it swam into a wall? Damn.
Oh boy. Buddy, I can clown around a little bit tonight, because really it's not going to take terribly long, to cook this up. So, if you have any questions for old guy, go ahead and ask. Let's do a little Q&A with old guy.
Joshua Maxwell said he made it without puking, old guy. So he must have been watching Caperway.
Oh, yeah. He was watching Caper. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Caperway, man. This guy can eat some freaking peppers, I'll tell you what. The pepper eating contest that he was in a few weeks ago, 50 minutes, 50 minutes of eating hot peppers. There is no way.
Jared had lamb and rice dish.
That sounds good. Was like a curry or something?
Scott wants to know how the dogs are doing.
Dogs are doing good. They're actually kind of being mellow and just, it's the dog days of summer, so they're just being lazy.
John says he's making soft tacos, rice, and pintos.
Soft tacos. What kind of protein are you using in your tacos? Chicken? I'm gonna guess chicken. Don't know why. Just get that vibe.
Mikio wants to know how old you are.
How old I is? I is 64.
Crazy Dad said Mexican food gives wild man the belly aches.
Well, yeah. The belly aches, and that leads to them farts. Boy, Uncle.
Don said brutal.
On above and beyond on that last video. I applaud you. Too funny. If you guys haven't checked out Crazy Dad, go check out his channel. Their last video, Uncle Les just. I mean the last video with all three of them. There's been a couple other ones. Anyway. Well, like I said, this one is going to be a pretty simple, menu. Slice up the beef, get it hot, make a couple of grilled cheese sandwiches. It's not going to take too long. So.
Crazy Dad said a lot of things, Tom.
Well, yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Yep. So I got this outdoor project coming up. We have this kind of like a gazebo area sort of thing, and I built this semicircle out of cobblestone to sit on, and had these posts put around it. And for those of you that are old enough to remember the great big, like 9-foot diameter satellite dishes. Well, I had one of those, pretty lightweight, it was aluminum, and we had that inverted and set on top. So, kind of making this little gazebo sort of thing. And over this last winter, we got a really, really big snake. And it pushed it kind of off to one side and ripped up through the old satellite dish and kind of jacked it up. So I decided I'm gonna redo that and just make it out of wood directly from the lumber room. So that's this summer project that I got coming up. I'm still deciding whether or not I want to do that or a different project that you probably really don't want to hear about, but it has to do with getting the snow off of my sidewalk.
Natalie said I met an astronaut yesterday and told him my bad dad jokes, and he told me he needed some space.
Oh.
Scott says, he made apricot cobbler and also has some vanilla ice cream to go with it.
Apricot cobbler, yum. Living in the area where we are, there's a lot of organic orchards. In fact, one of them stalls down the road furnished Gerber baby food, apples and pears for like 45 years or something like that. And so anyway, there are all kinds of wild fruit trees around here. I mean, cherries, peaches, there's a lot of apricot, a whole bunch of apricot, different kinds of apple, raspberries, cherries, yeah. I think I mentioned cherries. So, yeah. It's a lot of fun in the summer.
John says that he's having shrimp soft tacos.
Oh, nice. Shrimp soft tacos. That sounds good. I'm not a super huge fan of seafood, but I think it's just more what I grew up with. I'm from Colorado. People that grow up on, along the coasts, they're used to more seafood in their diet, and that's kind of what they grew up with. And, The biggest, closest to seafood we really got was tuna casserole. Trout once in a while. So, yeah, I do like shrimp, but that's about it, really. There's a couple other things. Not a huge fish fan. Never really have been. All right. Got the old jus. This is just really super simple jus. Really, all it is the meat drippings and a little bit of water and some salt and pepper. That's it. I just want a real beefy flavor. I don't want to disguise it with, a bunch of garlic and onion. And I like it that way, but for something like this where I want to overpower that cheese, or not overpower it,
Caperway's here. Happy Saturday, y'all.
I'm sorry, who?
Caperway.
Caperway! Good evening, man. Hey, Josh said that you made it through your peppers, you made it through your challenge there, or whatever it was you were attempting there. You guys got to check that out too. This insane man munching on, Scotch bonnet peppers like they're, an onion ring. Come on, you want to say hi?
John wants to know how you and Val met.
Come here, Chumley. Let me say. Come up and say hi. Oh, yes. Say hi, folks. How did Val and I meet? 3 years ago. Whoops. In January, my gut blew up, literally, and I had to go in for emergency surgery, and they took two couple feet, closer to 3 of my intestine, and they, anyway, almost died and shit like that. Oops. Anyway, after I got out of the hospital, Mrs. Old Guy and I were talking about getting away and doing something and kind of step back from all the stress that she had been under with me, staying with me in the hospital and me being sick and whatnot. So we were talking about going to California. And I had seen several times the story about Philippe in LA being the place where French dip was invented. There's another place too called Kohl's. They have, their claim to that fame also. So, but anyway, I really wanted to check out Philippe, and I was looking for videos, reviews, and I happened to come across Val's, and I told him that it wasn't a good review. And he was there, he was on and responded pretty much right away, like, well, what was wrong with it? And what I thought was wrong with it is he didn't say anything about the au jus at the different restaurants that he went to. He went to both, Philippe and Kohl's. And with the French dip, yeah, but all he talked about was the mustard, not how good the au jus is. And that's what really makes a French dip, not necessarily the mustard. So. Anyway, that's kind of how I met Val, and just kind of, that's what I know. Does that make sense?
And what did we do for the 4th?
What did we do? We went to the local town below us has, because of all the orchards and stuff, Cherry Days celebration, and they always have Cherry Days second, third, and fourth. And on the fourth, every year they have a parade. So small town parade, you know, with the old cars and some old tractors and class of 1965 or whatever, you know, class of 74, class of 78, whatever, you know, small town stuff. Then we went down to the local park where they have food vendors and booths with different crafts and arts and stuff like that. We went and walked around for a while. You know, didn't see anything we wanted really or whatever, so we just went to the local store there and picked up some porterhouse steaks and came back, and a buddy of ours came over and we grilled up steaks. We watched, I'm not sure what it was now, we probably watched a movie. Yeah, you know, that's how we celebrated the 4th. I think I put a couple of quick YouTube videos of some fireworks on. How about you guys?
John said he had tuna yesterday.
Tuna? You can tuna fish, but you can't tuna piano.
Scott says, holy heck, I'm glad you're okay. And he said that's pretty cool that you and Belle became friends after that.
Yep, yeah, I think so.
And Natalie wants to know how we met.
This little guy and I, we were both, I was living in this apartment complex. I was splitting up from my first marriage. Wasn't going so well. No details there. And this old guy moved in from her hometown, Lyman, if that really matters. Lyman, Colorado. Little dot on the map just over the Kansas border. Anyway, and we met each other through a mutual friend that was already living at the same apartment complex. His mom was the manager and family friend of Mrs. Oldman. So that's how we met. That's been, we just celebrated our 29th anniversary, and we've been together 31 years. So, I don't know what that says. People say that marriage is a wonderful institution. Yeah, but who wants to be institutionalized? Okay, what do you think? What time is it? 6:20? I'm not gonna make these sandwiches yet. We're gonna goof around some more. Well, what's it gonna take to make a grilled cheese sandwich?
Yeah.
Not long. Although, reminds me of a time I was just a teenager, and some friends was gonna come over for lunch. My parents were at work and whatnot. And it wasn't any big deal. But I decided that we were going to have hot dogs. Right, big deal. Put some hot dogs in a pan with some water, turned it on, and went down the steps to watch TV. And my friends were taking an exceptionally long time to come over. And I was watching TV and forgot all about them hot dogs. They, when I finally remembered them, it was because of the smoke that was finally creeping down the steps. It wasn't a full flight of stairs. It was only a quarter or half level down. So, but anyway, I went up into the kitchen, and of course the whole house was just filled with with smoke. And so I opened up the doors and the windows, and the half a dozen hot dogs that were in the pan looked like little black chalk, you know, sticks. They burnt pretty bad. I think I threw the pan away. Got in trouble for it.
Natalie said nice about how we met. And Scott said, I threw a block party for 5 of my neighbors. We had a small potluck, drinks, and set off a bunch of fireworks. It was fun helping the kids light fireworks for the first time.
Nice. That sounds like fun.
Crazy Dad had some boneless wings and fries tonight, barbecue, Cali Gold, and mild flavor.
Yum.
Natalie has 15 more days till her Disney World vacation. She's excited to have the time off.
Counting down. Counting down the days. All right, I'm going to just throw those in there.
Don says, I've been there and done that just like you. My other half and I have been together 33 years this past March.
Awesome. And who said that, Tim?
Don.
Don? Oh, congrats, Don. Yeah, absolutely.
Scott said, did anyone else eat cut up hot dogs and SpaghettiOs?
I did. But, you know, and I also used to make peanut butter, jelly, and mustard sandwiches. I remember doing that. Ketchup sandwiches on a hot dog bun. Yep. I remember when I was, I don't know, maybe 13 or something. Back in them days, there were no Taco Bell or none of that, you know. And my parents were pretty much meat and potatoes kind of folks, so that's basically what our dinners were. And so I really knew nothing about other countries' food other than Italian, which you know covers spaghetti, lasagna, and pizza. You know, okay. Really didn't know about other foods, and I remember my buddy Chuck and I walking all the way across town to this restaurant, and him proudly ordering up 2 warm, soft flour tortillas, please. And we each got a flour tortilla on our plate. And he salt and peppered it up, so I salt and peppered mine up. We sat there tearing off pieces. So if that gives you any kind of, you know.
Janice said they spent most of the weekend at Knott's Berry Farm for music, live music, food, and fireworks.
Yeah, I saw your fireworks video. That was cool.
Sergeant Dunn's here. Good
Sergeant
evening.
Dunn. Hey, man. Good evening. Thanks for popping in. I am making, kind of slowly, but I'm making grilled cheese beef dip sandwiches. Baked up a tri-tip, and I just sliced a whole bunch up, and it's in this au jus that I made from the beef drippings. And I'm just letting that warm up, and I'm just kind of farting around, taking my time. Yeah, it's not going to take too much more to make up a couple of grilled cheese sandwiches. But I'm glad you came in. I hope you had a good 4th of July. Not much else, really, I don't think. Did I catch him up?
Yep.
Okay. I thought about making chocolate milkshakes, but I didn't want to pull out the blender.
Scott said that he used to make peanut butter, jelly, and tortilla sandwiches. They were great.
Oh yeah, yeah, peanut butter and jelly and a tortilla. You bet. I used to take. We'd make sopapillas, and then sometimes we'd fill them. Sometimes I'd put cheese, sometimes jelly or peanut butter, honey. It's safe from dipping it anyway.
John says tomorrow he's making lemon chicken and fried rice.
Lemon chicken. That sounds really good. Love lemon chicken. It's been a while. Go ahead and write that down as a suggestion.
Um, Joshua Maxwell says, I asked Tricky Food this question. What is your take on cannabis, old guy?
What is my take on cannabis? Well, I don't think that people should. I'm glad to see that some states have made it legal for recreational use, just because I don't know. It never seemed like a big deal to me ever, and when I started seeing medical come out, and then a few states passed the recreational, I was glad. So yeah, no, I don't have a problem with people that smoke pot or don't. Just I try to get along with everybody, so I don't have a problem with it.
Sergeant Dunn said it sounds delicious.
Well, it's gonna be delicious.
And Scott wants to know what kind of cheese you're using for the grilled cheese.
Well, that's I've got some regular sliced American cheese, and I've also got some melty Swiss kind of cheese. It's under this towel. I got them sitting on this little cold pack so they don't get all melty. It's like 95 in here. So, but I got some of both. Some of the regular American and some Swiss.
Don says, Tom, I've never asked you, but did you start your cooking career in the service?
I did cook, but I wasn't really until I went to California after I got out of the Army that it really started coming on for me. But I did. My first job ever was flipping hamburgers at Tasty Freeze. So I guess I was just gonna do it. When I was in the Army, I worked at the Enlisted Man's Club for a while on the weekends. And they made mostly things like rotisserie chicken, pizza, burgers, some steaks, that kind of thing. It was a pretty simple menu. And the biggest thing, of course, was pizza. Lots of pizzas.
Gil says, what about LSD? He loves him some LSD.
Well, I'm just going to say it's not for everybody. That's for sure. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all I'm doing. Grab another water because this one is going to be gone. Like I said, it is about 95 or close to 100 in here.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot outside though. Like 97 outside.
That's better. Got to stay hydrated. Especially, up here at a little higher altitude. Okay. I'm going to turn this on.
Gil says, thank you, yes sir. Scott says, do you think you are going to breed your dogs again?
Right now, Mrs. Old Guy and I are thinking not. I'm not going to do anything drastic right now, like get Polly fixed, but we're certainly not going to let them breed for a while, and maybe not again. It just, yeah. Having to give away pups wasn't a great thing.
And Don says, Tasty Freeze is still around in California.
Is it really? That's cool. I remember there are 50 wonderful flavors. rack with the 50 bottles of syrup that they'd squirt into the soft serve to make their shake. That was pretty cool. Like I said, that was my very first job. Flipping hamburgers and making the burgers at Tasty Freeze. And so I was working this one Saturday afternoon and I had like 3 or 4 burgers down in my little tray, half soaking in au jus, to, in case I actually had somebody come in and it was slow. Well, 2 Little League baseball teams come in all at once. And the next thing I knew, I had an order for 68 hamburgers. So I filled my grill with as many burgers as I could get on there. And I started getting the buns ready, the onion, the pickle, a little dab of, mustard and ketchup. I was getting them all ready, and I was flipping burgers. And then I started wrapping and sending, and I'm going on. And I got about 20, 25 burgers out. And they started coming back. I forgot to put the patty on them. I sent the burgers out without no meat.
Natalie says that she used to be addicted to the hokey pokey, but she turned herself around.
I'm so glad.
John says, yep, still do that. Scott says, you giving away those pups had to hurt when you put so much work into them.
Yeah, there wasn't but I would rather they needed to go when they did so they could make a real, a bond with somebody, and it was just time. So I'd rather have them go to a good home, which is what they did.
John says, have you made homemade ice cream?
Oh yeah. Homemade ice cream, homemade frozen custard. You bet. The last time we made it was cherry, I think, right? Cherries. It was a bumper year for cherries. The tree that's like right here in our yard just loaded with cherries. So we made cherry ice cream, and cherry pie, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Scott says, any word on how the big puppy is doing? Thought you said that you sold him to someone you knew.
Big puppy's doing okay. They're actually, I'm getting like photographs and stuff of all the pups from people that I either gave them to or the 2 people that actually bought one. But yeah, I'm getting pictures in from folks, and so it's nice. Yeah. Kind of keep in contact that way. Get to see how they're doing. They're sure growing. There's one that's in a couple towns away. The gal invited us to come over and visit, which we did. And pup's doing great. Growing, getting big.
Don says Tasty Freeze still has all the toppings.
Cool. You mean all the flavors of?
Yep.
Yeah.
Keeperway says, what do you guys have planned for next week? And still not sure.
Oh. And that reminds me. Thank you for saying that, Keeperway, because that's something that I usually take care of right away. So next week is going to be kind of a double. I believe it was Scott. Is that right? And Eli.
Yep.
Okay. Scott requested a breakfast video, or a breakfast dinner, and Eli had suggested Scotch eggs. So I'm going to do a combination of the 2. I'm going to make some Scotch eggs, but I'll make some other breakfast stuff too. That's next week. And then the old flying pickled finger pointed to my brother Doug, and he had a suggestion of making some homemade ravioli. So, Doug, coming up week after next, homemade ravioli. Looking forward to that. Love homemade ravioli. You guys give me all these terrible, horrible dishes.
Sean says, I'm back. I had a phone call, but I have you up on the big screen, so I didn't miss a thing.
Do I look good on the big screen? Be truthful now. Huh? This is my good side.
Scott says, yeah, it was Ellie and me.
It was what?
Ellie?
Ellie?
E-L-L-I-E.
Oh, okay.
Ellie.
I don't understand. That's okay. Eight slices of regular bread, from what I could tell. Now, in order to keep from having a sandwich that thick plus the cheese and the meat, I'm just going to take one slice from each sandwich, just kind of mush it down so that it's not quite so thick when you put them together. All right.
Sean says, you sure do, bro. LOL. Natalie says you're on her big screen too. LOL.
Oh. Now I've hit the big time. Is this it? Really? No. Is this it? My 15 minutes?
Scott says I'm not spelling their name right, but looking forward to next week. Oh, Eli?
Eli and John.
Eli and, yeah.
No, Scott.
Eli and Scott.
Scott, yeah. All right, got some butter. Just gonna throw that in there.
Scott wants to know what your two tattoos, and he goes, he might be getting one first.
This one, I don't know if you've ever seen the poster of Bruce Lee where he's got the Chinese dragon behind him. So this is the head of that Chinese dragon. Bruce Lee was the guy back when I was a kid. And this one is just an American eagle. Didn't turn out that great. It's a cover job. But I'd rather have this than what was there. So, Miss Old Guy, how you want to roll it? You want one of each?
Sure.
All right. Well, let's get these sandwiches together and turn this way down. Yep, I'm just doing the old processed cheese. Right? I want something that's gonna melt.
Yeah.
You want good melty cheese. Alright. One more of those. Melty cheese. Highly processed cheese product. Come on.
Scott said Bruce Lee was amazing, and so was his son.
Yeah,
So
too
sad
bad about
they
that.
both died, and it seems so suspicious.
Yep. It's too bad.
John says grilled cheese sandwiches are always a good choice.
Oh yeah. Well, this idea came from Janice, and she's got a video where she reviewed, and I can't remember where it was from. Knott's Berry, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, because it had some kind of sauce, a berry, boysenberry, horseradish. Yes. So I don't have any boysenberry, and I don't have any horseradish. So we're sticking with the regular cheese sandwich. All right. butter spread out a little bit.
Scott says now he wants grilled cheese with tomato soup.
Oh yeah. There's your classic. Everybody remember the stupid human tricks on Dave Letterman? No? Stupid human tricks. I'm going to put the rest of this cheese away. It's going to be an easy cleanup tonight, Mrs. Old Guy.
Yay.
That one, let's see, that one evening was about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago when I made the pizza completely from scratch. The crust, the cheese, the sauce, the sausage. That destroyed my little kitchen.
Crazy Dad says he likes putting tomatoes on his grilled cheese.
Yeah, sure. I've even made grilled cheese with tomato and then flash fried some basil leaves so they're nice and crispy, but they still taste like basil. Yum. Put them in it.
Don and John both said yep.
Yep.
Natalie says, I've seen Dave Letterman once. Or she thinks she's seen Dave Letterman once.
Yeah, it's... You gotta be an old guy like me to really know some of these shows I talk about.
I don't think she'll ever be an old guy like you.
Yeah, I guess not. Good point, Mrs. Old Guy.
Scott says his parents got to see Don Rickles and they said he was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
He would have loved to have seen him.
Don Rickles is great. Made his money by insulting people. How fun can that be? All right.
Crazy Dad said stuffed peppers or stuffed cabbage rolls sound so good. Sound good.
Cabbage rolls?
Or stuffed peppers.
Yep. His old guy and I had stuffed peppers last week, I think.
Yep, not too long
I
ago.
thought either last week or the week before.
Don says David Letterman was great. He was in line at a movie theater I was at, waiting in line to see Raiders of the Lost Ark.
All right, at least he waited in line. Didn't say, "Hey, I'm David Letterman. I want to go in now."
John wants to know if we remember Welcome Back, Cotter.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
those the Sweat Hogs, Mr. Carter. That's where old John Revolta got his big career start. Get up there, Shag. Are you able to see little Sal?
Yep.
Okay. Little Sal wants a little on the action. A little more butter going.
Don said it was before he was famous.
Well, if he was on TV, he was a lot more famous than I was.
Natalie said that she made homemade pizza rolls last week.
Yum! Yum, 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 yum. See, that's how to do it.
Yep, homemade.
Yep, make your own snacks. This old guy and I would do that frequently. Like sliced up and breaded little jalapeno slices. Make a 5-pound bag of them. Want some? Yeah, throw a few in the front. Yep. All kinds of stuff.
Desserts, we do that.
Yep, desserts too. Yep. At least some.
Yep. Like turnovers and that kind of stuff.
All right. This is going good. I'm getting excited.
Yep, me too. I'm hungry.
Are you hungry?
I am.
Go figure that, guys. Mrs. Old Guy's hungry.
The deal says Jim Beam apple shots.
Jim Beam apple
shots.
shots. You give me some Jim Beam and I'll just make some bacon bourbon jam with it. Yeah.
Crazy Dad said Vinnie Barbarino. Cucumbers make me queasy.
How we doing here?
Scott says random question, but have you ever got four-wheeling in Colorado? Gone four-wheeling in Colorado?
Yes, sir. Back many years ago, had a Blazer and I was going up into an area that I should not have gone on. It was meant for Jeeps that really are, beefed up and have that clearance and the right suspension. I ended up breaking my axle. The whole tire just snapped, laying flat, so I just pretty much left it up there. I took my stuff and I walked out. Got a ride about halfway down. So yeah, I've been four-wheeling. But I mean, a lot of other times other than that, that was the extreme. At least with like an SUV. As far as four-wheelers, not too many, I don't think. Yeah? We don't have one, so makes it difficult. There's little Sal. Let's check these. They're looking good. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yo. I do got a spatula. I don't know why I'm not using it. Because I just felt like burning my fingers. Oh boy.
Natalie says, have you ever broke a bone?
Yeah. Broke my little toe. Walking around barefoot in the grass in an area where the city, city area between the sidewalk and the street, there's a little strip of grass. And I walked across it and they had planted bushes there at one point, but they didn't live, so they just cut them off about an inch or so, maybe inch and a half above the ground, and they were about as big around as my thumb. And just happened to catch it in between my two toes, and it just snapped my little toe, boink, right out to the side. That's one.
Scott says, dang, that sucks. Glad you didn't roll it.
Glad I didn't what?
Roll it.
Oh, yeah.
Gil says, what part of Colorado? Denver?
I grew up in the Denver area, but that's not where we are now. And that's certainly not where I wrecked my truck. Okay. What do I do with my...
John wants to know when was the last time you went fishing?
Man. It's been quite a while.
It's been a long time.
I don't... 5, maybe 6 years. Something like that. Just not a huge fishing fan. Alright.
Natalie said that she's broken her foot while walking across the parking lot at work and slipped and fell, and it was in the middle of January.
Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, that's an easy way to get broken. Luckily, it wasn't more than that.
Ronald Reese is here.
Ronald, good evening. I am just plating up these grilled cheese beef dip sandwiches.
That looks good.
And it's gonna be delicious. I got the my au jus. Turn this off. Woohoo! All right. Next week, breakfast. So, definitely Scotch eggs. May do the regular Scotch egg, and I may made myself a real nice Eggs Benedict style. All right.
Joshua says, oh, it's going to be scrumptious.
Oh, yeah.
Scott says he broke his big toe as a kid from sliding down the stairs on his feet.
Ooh.
Caught my toe and fractured it. It wasn't as bad as you and Natalie.
I remember once it was the very first day that my mom was going to let me go outside without any shoes on. It was warm enough, and I was so excited, and I had my shoes off and I went running outside and I stepped out through our kitchen door and there was I stepped down about that much to the little sidewalk. Boom! I stubbed my big toe. Pretty good. It was bleeding really good. So, go inside. My mom bandaged it up. And I went outside and I did the exact same thing in the exact same place on the other foot.
John says he broke his ankle ice skating several years ago.
Ooh. Ankle and joint injuries like that are never any fun.
Natalie wants to come over for dinner. Joshua had a hairline fracture on his collarbone.
All right, cut in half. I'm going to give these folks a peek at your sandwich real quick, Mrs. Old Guy, okay? Here's your au jus. Careful, careful. All right, folks. Let's see. The lighting isn't the greatest for you to see that. But maybe I'll just pick up a half. Grilled cheese sandwich. All right, grilled beef dip sandwich. Grilled cheese beef dip sandwich. Let me get it right.
Crazy Dad said Wild Man said that he got hemorrhoids by sitting the bench while his time on the football team. LOL. What about the salad?
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Old Guy.
Joshua says yum. Scott says looks great.
Salad. A little of this on there. I guess I should give you a fork too, huh?
Yep. Might help.
All right.
Thank you.
One basic tomato, cucumber, lettuce salad. Let me just show them real quick. Ooh, salad. All right. My favorite part when I get to sit down and eat it.
Scott wants to know what kind of dressing you're putting on some.
Creamy French. Creamy French dressing. All right. There's that beef dip sandwich. Okay, Janice.
That's good.
Now, just by itself, with no au jus or anything, that's really good. The beef is super tender.
John said salad and grilled cheese sandwiches, awesome. Gracie Dad says looks like French dressing.
It is French dressing.
Paperweight says looks delicious.
All right, now, bite or two with that au jus. Man, that is killer.
It is really good.
That is really good.
I am even dipping it.
And you are dipping it? Holy crap. This old guy's dipping. That's not something that Mrs. Old Guy usually cares for. Is wet bread. And that's what you get, of course, when you dip. Especially just regular sandwich bread. But in this case, it's really good.
It is.
Mm.
Hello?
Mm.
Okay. I will do that.
That's good salad.
Right?
Uh-oh. What now?
Doug is extremely jealous.
My brother, I guess the area where the country where he's at don't sell tri-tip, and you really can't get much better of a piece of beef to make French dips with. So. It's one of his favorite sandwiches too. So.
Janice says looks good as the ones that she had at Knott's. Gil says that looks good. Crazy Dad said my favorite salad dressing is blue cheese. What's yours and Mrs. Oldham's?
I suppose my absolute favorite is going to be a balsamic dressing or balsamic vinaigrette.
Yep.
But I don't like almost all of the store brands balsamic. I'd rather make my own. So when I make balsamic, that's what I do. That's my favorite kind. Then of course ranch and Italian and an occasional French. Who remembers Green Goddess? Anybody remember Green Goddess? Like a cousin of ranch. If ranch dressing had a cousin, it'd be Green Goddess.
John says his favorite dressing is avocado wine.
Can't say as though I've ever had that. Sounds good.
Natalie wants to know, are you on any other social media like Instagram or TikTok?
I do have a Twitter account, but I haven't been on it in months because I don't know enough about it to know that I don't know enough about it. So I've heard people say I should try this or that, and I don't know what. I'm an old guy. I don't know how to do too many newfangled tricks.
Scott says he always uses balsamic vinaigrette dressing with Italian dressing.
Sure, why not? Those flavors would go with that. Those flavors would go together just fine. There's some that wouldn't, like ranch dressing and Italian dressing really don't go together very well. I guess there's somebody out there that would probably like it, but I don't think it's a good combo. Well, I guess I'm going to kind of wrap it up for this week. As always, I like to give folks, a couple minutes to, make any more comments or ask any more questions. Always looking for more food ideas. So, picked up another tri-tip today. Big one. Well, I guess nothing more on requests or whatever. Okay, well, that's good. I guess I'm going to get on out of here then. I appreciate everybody coming and joining and watching the old guy. This really is the highlight of our week. We look forward to it every week. And in the meantime, I'm going to ask you to go out into your community and do something. Give back. Help a neighbor, help a food bank, help a clothing bank. Just give a little time back. I'll see you guys next week. Take care now. Bye-bye. Done?